Today we're heading all the way back to the 1960s with the original Batman movie. This will be serving as the inspiration for today's painting. Get ready, punch a shark, and let's blast off into this episode. The 1966 Batman film is such a fun, colorful, and ridiculous take on Batman. But it's honestly one of my favorite versions. It's so colorful with all the ridiculous villains and all the action sequences. It just has a very toyetic feel to it. And I guess when I think of it, it takes me back to childhood. I remember playing with my friends around the neighborhood and just pretending to be, Batman or one of the villains and sort of putting together makeshift utility belts and using literal dirt as, smoke bombs and whatnot. But, it's that kind of colorful fun that, I had the good fortune to direct a bunch of Lego Batman commercials for Lego a few years ago. And, I think it's this level of fun that I like to think of Batman with, and that childish fun, that toyetic fun. So, really, that's just kind of where I like to go. I do love different versions of Batman, but, I don't know. I just think it was always meant to be a kid's comic, and I kind of like that fun, ridiculous side of the 1960s version. There's a good amount of levity to it, so it just seems to, I don't know. It's the one I return to the most, rather than all the dark and brooding Batman iterations over the years. So I'm never really, doing Batman art per se, but I guess, when the time hits, it's like anything. It's like, oh, okay, sure, I'm inspired today to do an old school Batman painting. And, I think I like to keep a bit of that magic alive with my art, and sort of that childhood magic and my love of Halloween. And I think that's really what this old school Batman reminds me of, like I said, about childhood more than anything, is just that fun. And, speaking of Halloween, it's something that, a few years ago I made a full custom 1966 Batman outfit. And it's kind of cartoonish and a nice throwback to a brighter, colorful time when, villains were not toting guns around and, killing a bunch of people on screen. And I think a lot of that, I don't know, I miss a lot of that. You also got to see my dog, Burton, there, taking in a little bit of the action as the Joker. So even though I just spent the last 3 minutes talking about how much I enjoy Batman, I wouldn't actually call myself a fan of Batman. I've watched the movies and I've seen the animated show and stuff, but I feel like a diehard fan is someone that, lives and breathes the property. And for me, this is just more of like a passive enjoyment. So yeah, it's hard to, where do you draw the line? But I don't call myself a Batman fan. So, it's not like I've been waiting a while to do this painting or anything. It's just kind of more or less when the time feels right or the time strikes. And I love a good reason to maybe tap in and do a Batman painting. And a few weeks ago, I had a friend reach out and said, "Hey, do you want to do like an old school Batman movie night?" And absolutely, that's like the perfect opportunity to do something fun. And I wanted to do, kind of a painting to honor that little get together. And, any reason to also make a new prop or some part of my costume or something that goes along with it. I love any reason to do something wild. And I figured, hey, why not put on a brisket, smoke a brisket, and take the opportunity to create a handmade bat brisket prop So I was able to house the brisket and take the brisket over there to the party in this custom-made prop. So, up until this point with the painting, I was kind of loosely looking at the reference here and there. I just really wanted to keep true to what I normally try to do with just painting from imagination. And this particular painting, whether it's obvious or not, or you haven't seen the 1966 Batman film, this painting here was definitely inspired by one of the more ridiculous sequences in the movie, which is pretty hilarious, where Batman is running around trying to dispose of this giant cherry bomb. And no matter where he goes, there's like nuns, there's a woman with a baby carriage, there's, ducks, everything's in his way. And it culminates with this hilarious line right here.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. I don't know. That's just something that cracks me up going all the way back to childhood seeing it. There's so much like fun ridiculousness in that movie that I don't know, I kind of wanted to recreate that moment. And, when I was starting out on the painting, I was going to do a Lego Batman version of that sequence. But as I started the painting, I thought, I don't know, I'm going to go a little more realistic with this one. And maybe I'll save the Lego Batman one for a different painting in the future. Just putting some final touches now onto the painting. A little splatter goes a long way, and a little bit of some just kinetic energy, add a little extra life and contrast to the painting. Kind of have him, breaking this sort of bounding frame here with the bomb overhead, and give some last minute details and love to his cape. I guess personally I was quite pleased, as I'm painting, how the cape was turning out. Sometimes it's frustrating, not having an underlay and just kind of free flowing, but this one turned out, rather well. Didn't have to feel the need to erase a whole lot or fix much. This little line work here just needed, I feel like it just needed some like crazy energy at the top. And so that's all that squiggly, crazy line work is really meant to represent on the painting. So at this point, I just kind of felt like it was done. I didn't really want to overdo it or add anything extra to it, and wanted to call it a day. So here we are into my favorite section of the videos. I love being able to shoot the brushwork up close and capture a lot of this detail that's lost when you have a camera halfway across the room filming you. I think, to me, that's what these paintings are. They are the brush strokes, these giant, larger than life paintings. You don't get the same quality when you're doing a tiny illustration. There's just a lot of room for improvisation and so many happy accidents that happen with big, bold, giant brush strokes. So I had a lot of fun with this one. Hope you guys did too. Thanks for coming along with me on this little trip down memory lane to the original 1966 Batman. If you enjoyed this video, please click right here and check out some of these other videos. Thanks so much.